I don't know what to say about this El Nino year, but holy shit. But um, Lee has weakened to a cat 2 with 90 knot winds. Um, 700 millbar flat level winds over 94 knots was SMRF. 75 to 85 knots. This is 11 p.m. advisory. And it's moving west northwestward at 300 by 9 knots. Should be moving west northwestward for the next few days before it turns northwestward, then northward, west of Bermuda, which is in line with the models. We still don't expect this storm to go past 70. I mean, I think it's pretty much certain at this point. GFS Neighbors takes it into the eastern part of Nova Scotia. I don't think the United States is much of a threat. Outside of the UTMWF's weird shit, I mean, that was weird. 12Z, I mean, GPS is even further to the east, makes it a fucking fish, pretty much. I mean, we expect some re-strengthening. I think a 4 is possible. We'll have to see. As you can see, it's starting to rebuild its core. Shear's lessening. You got better outflow. Ice trying to reform. I think a 4, maybe 120 knots in the next 24 to 36 hours, pretty likely. Followed by slow weakening. Back to a 3, then in about 4 to 5 days, a 2. And maybe if it hits Canada, maybe a 1, most likely. Um, that's what we have for our hurricane. Now Margaret has strengthened, but it's getting sheared. 45 knot wind should move northwestward for the next few days. Fuck. Yeah, northwestward to northward. Models take it northward. I mean, expect to become a hurricane in about 3 days. I mean, maybe 75 to 80 knots. I don't think it's as powerful as we were thinking earlier. Here's both storms at 72 out on the GFS. 966 still, pretty powerful. 96, 953 for, um, yep. Well, we got a low pressure, 97L right here, 1007 at 97. We can show you it. It's right here. Oh, it has the LSC. It's moving westward. Good convection. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a tropical depression next few days. Maybe a tropical storm. Um, we'll have to see. I mean, but there is definitely potential for other systems coming off the African coast for the next few days. I can show you the track. Takes it west to west northwestward. And you see the hurricane model show potentially a hurricane in 2 to 3 days. I mean, it's possible. Um, it's strengthened to 1002 and 120 out on the GFS. CMC also shows it. The icon also shows 1006, 942 for Lee. Margaret's 981. 999 at 144 hours on Margaret. 951 heading towards Canada. 168 hours. It's making landfall in Canada pretty much. I mean, while our tropical storm, Nigel, is 997 and Margaret is 961. The CMC shows both systems. I mean, there's some real consistency. CMC does show a landfall in Canada. I think most likely we're gonna have Lee make a landfall in Canada. Um, whether I mean, yeah, I think probably 70% chance of landfall in Canada. If anything, it misses Canada and beats a fish, but I think America is pretty unlikely right now. I think Nigel will probably form and become a healthy tropical storm. Marco will probably come a Cat 2. Yeah. Actually, the fucking GFS kicked Snyder down to 982 at 180. I mean, their system comes off Africa. We still got Jova, but we could show that real fast. It's becoming a remnant low pretty much. It should be in the next 2 to 3 days, move northward, coat of water. But that's about all we're going to tell you about that 50 knots. Um, Look at the GFS. I mean, Nigel, boom, 969, hit it. Amazing. Should have come off the Cape Verdes. Let's see. There's Chubb Z for 96 hours of GPS. 1096. Joseph Roth. There's Lee right on there. Let's look at a hurricane model. HWRF. 126 hours at, yeah, about 68, 29.5. Let's look at that and radar and pressure, 954. HMON shows 949 for the end of the forecast. It shows it at 3168.6. HAFS shows 9. Let's see, 945. I mean, pretty thin system. Yeah. Well, I still think it potentially could be a major at this time, and probably a Cat 1, upper Cat 1 into Canada. But anyway, that's your truck update.